Now, if you've been living under a rock, we got a post, I believe yesterday, from one of the new producers. I forgot his name, but this is just the calm gist of it. Long story short, they're giving us a banned and restricted updates. Last time we got banned cards or restricted cards, it was during the Top Coup era. Now, I know a lot of people were saying, when's the ban list? When's the ban list? I was one of the people that just said, except that there isn't one coming. And I told the homie Vil, literally, it's funny because I think like 2 days ago, I told Vil, except that there isn't going to be a ban list. So if I'm wrong, I'm glad. But if I'm not, I've already accepted it. These are one of the moments where I'm glad I was wrong. I was hoping to be proven wrong. And now that I've been proven wrong, here we are. So on June 12th, they will be announcing a banned and restricted card list. I guess during their streams. I'm guessing it's the next planned presentation. I don't know if that's going to be a stream or just a video that they put out. But June 12th, we find out what gets banned and or limited. And July 1st is when those banned and restricted regulations will take effect, as in that's the day the bans that will fully implement. Now, let me bring out DBS Deck Planet. Yeah. Cards that I think will get hit. There's definitely quite a few, but if we're gonna start anywhere, you already know where we're gonna start. We're gonna start here. If I were to hope that they ban anything, it's definitely this little shit stain of a card. This guy, get him the fuck out of here. Get him out of here. Why is he here? This guy's gotta go. If there's anything in yellow that I really believe he's gotta go, it's this guy, because him comboed along with the 5-cost boo that plays this into another card that plays into the buff boo, KOing him, just allowing him to draw, and then it triggers your leader's ability to either restand itself or an energy. Yeah, he's doing too much. At the very worst, limit him. Drop him down to 1 per deck. Make it to the point where if you see it, then hey, you saw it. But if we're gonna do anything about the whole discarding effect that Majin Buu is doing right now, this guy's got to get touched one way or another. Banning, I don't see this card necessarily being ban worthy, because you got to kind of work for its effect, right? You got to have something else to pop, and if you want to keep its swing, you got to pop something else. But people are still even KOing itself to get a discard effect. Now, I'm trying not to be too biased, because any card game with an ability to make me discard, I automatically hate. I've always hated anything that forces me to discard a card, right? I understand it's a card game mechanic. This isn't the first card game to ever have any abilities that say, hey, make your opponent discard X amount of cards. I understand it's a mechanic. That doesn't mean I fucking like it, but I understand it. I mean, fucking Pokemon has worse shit. What's the one card that both players discard their hands and then draw X amount of cards? Point is, I understand discarding is a mechanic in all card games. It's not anything new. Doesn't make it any less obnoxious. So I don't really see them touching this card. Not even a ban, not even a limit. I think it's a card that's going to stick. If anything, it's the least possible card for it to get touched up. But if it does, at worst, I see them limiting it to 1. I agree. Anything that forces you to discard should not be aggressive at the same time. They should not be forcing all these cards in my hand and then making me discard them at the same time. Just the way that the game plays out, it's very hard to tolerate both. You're more able to deal with one or the other, either aggression or just dealing with a deck that forces you to discard. But having to deal with both play styles at the same time, it's obnoxious. It's extremely obnoxious. So I hope that's something that they're considering in the game as well. Buff Boo. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence of banning or limiting. I'm more so ban Bobbity than anything in terms of the builds, but again, me just completely taking away all bias, thoughts, and feelings when it comes to the deck, this should be limited. Now, I'm not saying limit all the types of cards that the deck has, because at that point, you're just really restricting the deck. But when you're at 3 life, and then they tap 5 to play Majin Buu Kid to play into the Bobbity, and then Bobbity plays into this. When you're at 3 life, you feel like you're already at 2, because this is going to swing twice. Leader's probably going to swing twice, because the leader will swing, draw. This will swing, force more cards out of your hand, trigger the ability to kill Bobbity. Bobbity makes you discard. The Bobbity then triggers your leader's effect to restand this and the leader. So now you're dealing with 2 more swings. At 3 life, you just feel like your back is completely against the wall. The issue now is every Boo-Tanks player is just gonna do the aggro ass shit with Kid Buu now anyway. Correct. This is the aggression aspect of the deck that makes it difficult to tolerate and deal with. So if you're at 3 life and you see this guy hit the board and you're looking at your hand that's already down to like 7 or 8 because you've been discarding throughout the course of the game already, it's just, it becomes overwhelming. So I'm really on the fence of banning and or limiting this card, but I see them probably limiting it at the very worst. At the very worst. I don't think they want to get rid of it per se, but I see this potentially getting limited. I would like it to be limited. I'm not going to say ban, because if we just ban everything, then, you know, but then again, Top Coup, they did just straight out ban Roshi and ban Ribrianne. So that was just 2 core cards of the deck that just got banned up. And we all saw what that happened. Top Coup it went from Z tier to F tier in the blink of an eye. I don't know if Bandai wants to do that to another deck where they take a Z tier deck and then just completely kill it. But then again, we are dealing with Bandai, so they're going to do what they want to do. But I don't think they're going to try to completely kill decks this time around. So my main wish, get Bobbity the fuck up out of here. Get it out of here. That card has just been my main gripe out of all of these cards. I understand that a card like Majin Buu Kid should exist. I understand that Majin Buu Evil should exist in the realms of the deck to not completely kill it, but it's Bobbity that to me is becoming the core problem. I think that's all in terms of yellow that they could be looking at. This card is not a problem. It's a double striker. It's Kefla with a double strike ability type shit. Excuse me. Now, if we go to blue, let's see. No, blue Satan City. Yeah. Oh man, where do we begin? What's funny is, like, I don't have much of a problem against, let me not say against Satan City, but I don't have much of a problem with Satan City package, right? I'd rather go against Halo Coup than Boo any day of the week. But that doesn't mean Halo Coup doesn't have its own problems in it of itself. This card, the amount of filtration that you can go through with this card and setting up plays either for the same turn or even next turn, I don't want to just scream ban on everything. I would say maybe limit this card, because you already have a card in Peel Off that could grab this card right back. So having 4 of this along with a Peel Off, you're going to be able to use this card multiple times a game. Combo it with Sharpener, you could play it for free. So a card like this being able to be played for free and grab back, I think it should just be limited to where if you see it, then you saw it. And if you really want to go through the loop combo with Sharpener and Peel Off, then that's your choice. But having the high chances of seeing it, I don't know if Halo Coup plays like 3 or 4 of these because it has no combo, but I'm assuming most often they could get what if it can't be grabbed back? Well, I mean, based on the design that they have going on it now, because Peel Off can grab it back, it's hard to imagine a world where it can't be grabbed back. I don't know if they're gonna do erratas. I don't think this game has any erratas at the moment where it's like, okay, instead the card now does this. I think they're trying to avoid erratas, because sure, they could, you know, edit it in the digital client, but having erratas on paper games, it is kind of tougher to do. You feel me? That comes down to what they do with Peel Off. And speaking of Peel Off, because we'll get back to Satan City, this is the card on a lot of people's chop block. A lot of people either want this card banned, very few want it limited. A lot of people would rather this card just be gone. Me, I don't really have much of a problem with Peel Off, and y'all know I'm an Andriggity main. Maybe that's why, because Green doesn't really care too much for all that loopty-doopty shit, because I go tall anyway, and we're going crazy. But the potential of what they do to this card is honestly limitless. They could flat out ban it. They could limit it. And I'm not even erasing the possibility that they errata the card. If they say this card can now no longer grab another Peel Off. Left ball field, I feel like they could errata the card to be like, you just can't grab another Peel Off from now on. I don't know if that's the route that they would do. But as far as I'm concerned, I feel like this is a card that they might limit. My prediction is they might limit it. If they ban it, that'd be kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Not crazy as in they shouldn't, just crazy as in, damn, they really did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm more on the fence that they'll errata it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do anything else. So if I had to categorize it, I feel like it'd be errata. If not that, limit. If not that, they just flat out ban it. And if they ban it, I don't know how much blue decks will suffer from that. Because y'all just saw in my last game with Vegito, I didn't really have anything else, but I had 6 energy, 2 Peel Offs, and a Final Hope Slash. And that just put pressure for me. Is that nuts? Yeah, it is. But I don't know how often that really happens in a game. So probably more often than I think. So we'll see. I do feel like Peel Off is probably under their microscope for June 12th. Back to Satan City. This card, I can't even say anything about this card anymore because I just saw an alternate art be printed for it. So I don't see this card getting touched anytime soon. But excuse me, I wanted this card probably banned. You think blue will stop with the 7-card restriction for future cards if peel off, limit, or ban? I feel like the 7 cards in hand gimmick was for certain aspects of blue. I don't think they'll stop that mechanic per se, but I mean, we did see that green is kind of straying away from ramping. Like Nameku doesn't need to ramp. Vegeta Green doesn't need to ramp. What was a green lead that dropped this set? Who was green that dropped this set? I actually forgot off the top of my head. I don't know. I can't. Oh, Broly. How could I forget Broly? So even Broly doesn't care to ramp. Broly just needs to get the 4 energy and the deck is live. So I do see them eventually like exploring different ways to stay true to its own mechanic. Yeah, and Giblet is not trying to ramp. Giblet is trying to destroy its own energy, so that way it has abilities to do things because you have less energy than your opponent. So blue could eventually stop caring for 7 cards or less in hand features, but I'm not erasing that from the realm of possibility. Sharpener, limit this motherfucker, dog. Because this card forces you to really make sure you have answers for other 1 costs. Because honestly, if you're not even playing blue, it has the Earthling tag. So even if you do kill it with, say, a Whis or the 1-drop Kami that KOs, or even the 1-drop Yellow Frieza that can rest it so you can swing into it because it'll most likely die, or Giru. If you're not bottom decking this card, Pilaf just says, hey, come back and let's keep the chain going. Yeah, they got to do resources to do it, but in a deck like Halo Coup that all you really need to do is 1 energy, tap 1 energy, and you're doing a bunch of shit already. It's like if you're not playing blue and bottom decking this card, it's just going to come back, thanks to Pilaf. Leader locking a lot of stuff now, and I'm for that. I personally feel like this game has too much generic stuff going on. I would like to see a little bit more leader locking, just to be able to have like archetypes for certain leaders, where if you want to do this strong effect, play that leader, instead of just saying, hey, let me put this strong ass card. Not that I'm against generic cards. I do think generic cards that are strong should exist for all types of decks, but I would like to see a little bit more leader locking, like that 5 cost Vegeta that says draw 3. Now imagine if that card just existed in all decks. That'd be stupid. Draw 3 just cause you're breathing? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you and your draw 3. So I do think leader locking should be more of a priority moving forward. I'm not against it, but I'm not completely trying to wipe away generically good cards. But Sharpener, yeah, I think you got to limit this. Limit Sharpener, because him just being able to play Final Hope Slash for free, him being able to play Orange Star High School within itself for free, him playing You Prefer Girls with Short Hair for free, and potentially even playing Great Saiyaman for free. Sharpener's doing a lot. So I'm not gonna say completely ban it, because again, if you ban too many cards, you're going to enter a world where archetypes die, just like Top Coup did. Like if you're playing Top Coup, you're simply just trying to skill diff your opponent. And if you beat them with Top Coup, it's like, well, you just skill diff the fuck out of them. So I'm not trying to completely kill Halo Coup. I'm not trying to completely kill Majin Buu. As much as I hate Majin Buu as a deck, you gotta think, let's not kill the deck. Let's just tone down the power levels that they bring. So Sharpener, I think you definitely limit this card. Agree. I agree. Satan City wasn't on his deck. But once Videl started coming around, you play this, swing, early game, just combo a peel off, right? It's either you take it or you don't. Do the effect, turn it into a 2-cost Videl, swing with the Videl, and you get back the same card you just comboed. It's such a loop where it goes nuts. Again, I think this card is one of those. I'm on the fence of ban and or limit, but I would have liked this card to just be limited. But I don't think that's happening because we're getting an alternate art of this card, and I'm pretty sure they want to sell that. So I think this card is going to go untouched, even though I don't think it should. But yeah, Sharpener, I would definitely prefer it to be limited. Short hair, I don't think it's ban worthy, but I definitely see it being limited worthy. Didn't they do that with a Roshi? Yeah, they did, but they let it sit for a while just so it could get pushed out. But who knows, man? Who knows? This is Bandai we're talking about, so who knows what they got going on with it. I don't know if anything else really could get banned worthy or touch. And as much as I don't want it to happen, I think this is the last card that they're going to be looking at. Android. Hello? Hold on. Oh, because I'm at 4. I know a lot of people want this card. 2-cost Videl can't recycle it. No, I know 2-cost Videl can't recycle itself, but it can recycle the card that you just comboed with the 1-cost. So if the 1-cost Videl swings, mind you, I'm thinking early game. Combo the 1-cost with a peel off, it's 15 to 15. Then the 1-cost Videl loops back to hand, turns into a 2-cost Videl. 2-cost Videl swings, it loops back the peel off that you just comboed. So it's like that within and of itself is such a crazy loop. And 6-cost Goku, as in like the SCR. I don't see them really doing anything to that card personally, because it's a 6-cost. Like, you got to get there. But I know a lot of people are saying if they obliterate Halo Coup or Majin Buu, that androids just kind of shoot right back up to BDIF, and if they don't touch this card, it's a problem. I don't see this card being ban worthy. At the very worst, if they do anything to androids just to kind of tone down a future where if these two decks get touched, this deck becomes BDIF, I see them potentially limiting this card to 1. I don't want anything to happen to this deck. Yes, I am going to be biased. This is my favorite deck. It's been my favorite deck since set 0 reveal. I've been playing androids since set 0. I played it every single set because it's my favorite deck. But I'm not going to completely ignore the idea that this card may get touched. But I'm at a point where I'm going to say it's not going to get touched. So if I'm wrong, I don't give a shit. And if I'm right, they can kiss my ass. But that's where I'm at with this card. That's where I'm at with a Ramp Driggity. If it gets limited, so be it. But I don't think it'll get banned. I don't see this card being banned. If they ban this card, honestly, Andriggities just kind of fall off. It's still one of the best green decks in the game. I do think it's better than Nameku slightly. Not by like a margin, but I do like edge it better than Nameku at this current point in time. But if they do anything to this card, such as banning it, I think Nameku just becomes the best green deck in the game. Red is fine, especially since it's probably only getting Android support next set. Agreed. Problem with this card makes any other green ramp deck going forward obsolete. And I can see that. I can see that for sure. Since set 2.5, this has been the best ramp deck because not only does it ramp, it goes wide. So again, I'm not completely ignoring the idea that this card will get touched in some way, shape, or form, but if it don't get touched, we're going in. As for any other cards in the format, I can't really think of any other cards that could potentially get touched or bodied or anything like that, but we'll see. That's my predictions on June 12th. It's mostly limiting a lot of things from yellow, but ban Bobbity, bro. Ban that fucking 3 cost. Sharpener and 1-drop Roshi Green, Bobbity 3-drop. The only ones. 1-drop Roshi Green, really? That's left field for me to think of. I ain't the one that grabs back an extra card from Energy, right? That's nutty. And what up, 450? Welcome to the stream, brother.
Look at how I got the crowd moving. Talk to me nice.